Coming up next, you've been asking for it, so I'm going to deliver my top 10 spring fragrances as spring is right around the corner, hopefully for most of you guys out there, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose. As you can see here at Osme Perfumery, filming my top 10 spring fragrances. These, look, the list says it all, the name says it all. I don't have to give it a big introduction, but it is the beginning of March. Spring is right around the corner. It's here in Miami, actually spring break. Students from all around the country are already descending on South Beach in South Florida in waves. And so spring, it's basically spring, summer all year round down here in Miami. But for those of you who have been suffering for a brutally long, cold winter, I know you can't wait. And something that excites you probably is, what are some good spring fragrances that I can wear once we get there? So let me get right into this. Coming in, and I gotta say, I altered this to my top 12. I was gonna do honorable mention, and I ended up doing 12. So coming in, number 12, this is Greenly from Parfums de Marly. This is their newest release, came out last year. This is, of course, for me, it's a very green fragrance. It's got green apple, and it's got mandarin. It's got just a very kind of fresh green scent. And spring, what else signifies spring more than green, lush plants, flowers growing? So that's number 12. Coming in, technically, I guess an honorable mention, number 11 would be Ibiza La Isla Blanca. I mean, what can be more spring than Ibiza, right? This is a, what do I say? A ginger, almond, jasmine fragrance that's just beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Really takes you to the island of Ibiza in Spain, and spring break again, and beach and fun, and that's why it's number 11. All right, coming in number 10. This is Italian Leather from Memo Paris. Why do I have Italian leather? You're probably thinking a leather fragrance for spring. One word. This is tomato leaf. Tomato leaf is the main note at the top. It's very green, it's very herbaceous, and it comes across so strongly. I have this actually in my collection personally. Love it. Very perfect for spring. Great house, great fragrance. Coming in, number 9 is Honey Oud. Honey Oud. This is probably a little bit of an outlier for a springtime fragrance, but I love what Maurice has done with this. Montal has a similar Honey Oud fragrance, but to me, this is, I gotta say, I like it better. It's a little bit, in my mind, a little bit better blended. It's a little bit, I guess maybe because it's got honey, it's got rose, it's a little bit sweet. It's not overpowering oud. So to me, with the honey and the rose, obviously rose, springtime, rose is blooming. That's why I picked that for my number 9 fragrance. Coming in, number 8. This is Sundrunk. Sundrunk from Imaginary Authors. Why did I pick this one? Well, pretty easy to say. This is a orange, neroli fragrance, but the biggest reason is if you've ever tried this, this smells like orange soda, like sun-kissed soda. I mean, OMG, it's like literally, totally like jumping into a pool during spring or summer when the weather's warming up, and you jump out and you got this orange soda and it's bubbling and it's effervescent. And by the way, this is one of the best priced niche houses. This is $95 for this 50 ml bottle. So for those of you looking to get in the niche world, and I know there's a lot of you who watch my channel now that are exploring and now interested in niche from watching these videos, great way to kind of get in for an affordable price. All right, number 7. And this is, I love these bottles. Number 7, Cap d'Antibes from Veronique Gabai. This is something, it's got floral notes, it's got C notes, it's got cedar, but to me the C notes, it just kind of reminds me again of being out on the water, the ocean, things warming up, so going into summer, you got the ocean, the sea. Excellent house, excellent fragrance, beautiful spring fragrance. All right, let's go. Number 6 is Vespero from Jeroboam. Love this house. I've been getting more into this lately. I actually just purchased one of the other Jeroboams recently, Ligno, which I'll talk about in a full review. But this is a lot of people compare this to Creed Aventus. To me, this is, I gotta say, honestly, a better blended version if you like Creed Aventus, because you know there's a lot of talk about the reformulations and different things. This has nothing of that. This is just purely expertly blended apple, pink grapefruit, jasmine, and just all those notes. It's very citrusy, it's very fresh, and oh, beautiful fragrance. So if you like Creed Aventus or anything in that like Cedrat Boys, that kind of realm, I would try Vespero. All right, coming in number 5. Coming in number 5 is Renaissance from Sergioff. I just released a video. Some of you have already watched it, where I recommended this for springtime, and I did a whole thing outside at Fairchild Botanical Gardens, so you can see the review on that one. But again, this is Amalfi lemon, it's tangerine, it's mint, all again kind of just very fruity, fresh elements, perfect springtime fragrance. Sergioff, you don't get much better as far as overall quality fragrance. It's going to last you all day. You're going to get 10 plus hours, and it's going to be a projecting bomb for you. All right, let's go. Trying to get this out, bang this out for you guys quickly. Coming in at number 4 is Antidoto. Antidoto from Pegate Originale from Italy. This is a grapefruit lemon fragrance. It's super fresh. I've been totally getting into this house a lot more recently. Love this house so much. Love what they're doing. Love the bottles. Very just kind of interesting design. Looks like a hockey puck. But what I really like about this fragrance, it's got a strong note of mate in there. And that mate is a tea from Argentina. And so it just has this kind of green, it's almost like green tea. So it's just got a very green spring. I picture wearing this, sitting outside as the weather's warming up and drinking some nice iced tea. All right, down to the final 3. Number 3 is Beach Hut Man. Beach Hut Man, of course, from Amouage. You may think, of course, oh, Beach Hut Man, summer, whatever. To me, the reason why I don't have this, I put it for spring instead of summer, is because this is not really, to me, a beach fragrance. This is actually something that it's very minty. It's got ginger, it's got orange blossom, and it's also got ivy, which gives it this very green, or the mint and the ivy, give it this very minty, green, herbaceous element. So it reminds me of spring and growth and renewal and rebirth and freshness. One of my favorite fragrances of all time. I absolutely adore Beach Hut Man. It's my favorite one from Amouage. I really cannot recommend that one, you know, more highly. All right, let's go. Final 2. Number 2, this just got on my radar in the last week. This particular fragrance, Oud Rose Intense from Fragrance Dubois. I love this house. This house, again, has come onto my radar more in the last month as I've smelled more and more of their fragrances, their juices. I'm actually wearing right now on my left hand right here, New York Intense, which is something I've completely fallen in love with. But this is Oud Rose. I smelled it for the first time the other day, along with about 4 or 5 other fragrances. I actually did a quick first impression, which you'll see. But oh gosh, it's fresh, it's rose, it's got a fruity note at the top. Everyone that's come in here to Osme so far that smells this, literally someone just bought it, they smelled it for the first time and they walked out and they bought it. It's one of those addictive, beautiful, perfect fragrances. And by the way, you don't know the story behind this house. Their oud is the best in the world. They source it, they grow it. They sell it to houses like Sergioff and other of the best houses. It comes from the farms at Fragrance Dubois. So if you really want top-notch quality oud, go to Fragrance Dubois. Coming in, number 1, and again, these lists are always, right, somewhat subjective. Any of these could have been number 1. but I'm going with Sydney Rock Pool from Marquise, the Mexican-American house. Look at the bottle. The bottle alone makes it perfect for spring. I guess you could say summer too, but Sydney Rock Pool, it's fresh. It's got coconut in it. It's got frangipani. It's got sea salt, and it's even got seaweed. So to me, again, this is like spring break. It's springtime as the beaches are warming up and people are jumping in the ocean again. Seaweed, okay? Just that note alone won me over when I was trying to pick all these out. So there you have it, my top 12 niche fragrances for springtime as we're going into it now and you guys are chomping at the bit in your cold frozen weather wherever you're at. Pick one of these, pick all of them, try some of them, let me know what you think. This is Joel the Nose. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll be back soon. Peace and love.